Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I am sharing with you my first impressions of the Monochrome Manga Club series reads for the month of January. So in January, we read Volume 1 of Tomb Raider King. This is art by 3B2S, adapted by Yoons from Redice, an original story by Sanji. This one is published by Issei Press, rated teen. We also read Volume 1 of Dinosaur Sanctuary, story and art by Itaru Kinoshita, research consultant Shinichi Fujiwara. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. We also continued our series reads with Volumes 13 and 14 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba by Koyo Harugotoge, published by Viz, rated teen. And then we finished Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon with Volume 10 in the Eternal Edition. This one's by Naoko Takeuchi, published by Kodansha, rated teen. So since this is a first impressions video, I will not be talking about Demon Slayer or Sailor Moon, but if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on both of those series, you can check out my Desus 19 Diaries, which will be posted on Wednesday. So for right now, let me tell you what I thought about our two first in a series volumes. So we'll start off with Dinosaur Sanctuary. So this follows a woman named Suma Suzume, and she is a rookie dino keeper. So she shows up for her first day at work at Enoshima Dino Land, which is like a zoo type place for dinosaurs. So in this world, in 1946, a remote island was discovered where dinosaurs never went extinct. So since then, there has kind of been this like Jurassic Park type thing where dinosaurs are being cared and kept in these like theme park type places where people can come and see them. And then you have the dino keepers who feed them, clean out their pens, and, take care of them when they're ill and things like that. And so she shows up for her first day of work there. And this park has kind of fallen on hard times, and so she not only is trying to learn the ropes and learn how to take care of these dinosaurs who she's been fascinated with since she was a kid, but she also helps to kind of breathe new life into the park, just by kind of just being there and thinking outside of the box and things like that. And so I really, really enjoyed this volume. I do find it unfortunate that the back of this volume does make it sound like Jurassic Park, because I think a lot of people would read the back of this volume and think, oh, this is just Jurassic Park, why should I read it? Well, it's not. In Jurassic Park, we kind of get to a park that's not yet open, and we learn about like the sciences and everything that goes into it, and then like this tragedy happens, right? In this, that's not what's happened. We are following, like I said, a rookie dino keeper. We are in functioning parks that have been open for a while without incident. Now there is an incident mentioned. You don't yet know what that incident is. I believe it's kind of hinted at the end of this volume, but it just makes me want to read the next volume more. And I feel like there's something in what happened that will connect you to the characters in this series. And I think that's really different from Jurassic Park, because like I said, we're following one central character who's on her first day of her job. She's learning the ropes. These parks have already been open, and she is like breathing new life into the park that she's working in. And I just really, really enjoyed not only that story, but in between the chapters, there are full page, I guess, letters or memos from our research consultant, Shinichi Fujiwara, talking about what drew him to learning about dinosaurs, what his favorite dinosaur was when he was a kid, what his favorite dinosaur is now, and how some of the sketches that were done of the dinosaurs, like say when they're sitting down are what he believes to be accurate based on researching these fossils. And so I found all of that really fascinating. So not only do you get a really interesting story of what could have been if dinosaurs didn't go extinct, but you also get a little bit of learning with the actual science from an actual paleontologist, and I really, really enjoyed that. So I'm definitely going to be continuing with this series. I really enjoyed all of the depictions of the dinosaurs and how our main character, like I said, tries to think outside of the box to help reinvigorate the park that she is now working at. Now, she does come up against some unnice people. I think there's a reason for that we're not yet told in this first volume, so I'm looking forward to some more maybe backstory on other characters. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed this. So I definitely recommend you check it out, and I hope that some of you do. So that is what I thought of Dinosaur Sanctuary, and then Tomb Raider King. So this one sounds a lot like Solo Leveling in its base, except our main character here lives in a world where these tombs arise every once in a while, and inside the tombs are like special relics that give the people who find them special abilities. And so in the present day, our main character here, his name is Ju-hyun-sa, is a pretty good relic hunter. But he gets tricked into falling into a trap, which ends up sending him back 15 years? Yeah, 15 years into the past. And so when he ends up going back to the past, he ends up going back into his past self. But he retains all of his memories and his abilities that he's gained from doing all of these relic hunts. And 15 years into the past, the tombs haven't yet started showing up. So shortly after he gets thrown back into his past, they do start arriving. And so he uses his abilities to try to forge his way to becoming the Tomb Raider King. And so it is different enough for me between Solo Leveling, where I do feel like I'm going to continue with this series. I am reading Solo Leveling in the light novel form, so I'm not actually following it through the manhwa, and this, I believe, does not have a light novel form. So that's kind of what makes this experience different for me, besides the travel back in time bit. I thought this was really interesting. As far as the tombs that arise goes, they are like Korean tombs. Like if you go and look at Korean tombs for their monarchy, you'll see that they're like really huge hills or mounds, and that's their traditional tomb. Even if you've watched any Korean dramas, you've seen some of those in the historical type dramas. You've seen when people are buried, they're buried in these mounds. And that's what the tombs in Korea, at least in this volume, look like. So when they say tombs in the back, I don't know, I wasn't really thinking that that's what was going to be popping up, but it was really surprising for me that was. And in looking back on it, I don't understand why I didn't think about that. But yes, they're Korean tombs that pop up. And so he goes inside, very much like how our main character in Solo Leveling does. But there's not like any like monsters or anything that he needs to deal with to get to the one that's holding the relic. So that's also very different. The way he kind of deals with obtaining the relic is also different. The gameplay style, as far as how he like levels himself up and stuff, is also a bit different. I much preferred how the gameplay boxes were shown to him in here than I did when I was reading the manhwa version of Solo Leveling. I don't know, it just seemed a little bit more intuitive and not so much telling you, okay, this is what you've gained from leveling up. I mean, he gets some of that, but it's also, this is what this is, and it tells you what it is, and other things. The dialogue boxes were more interesting to me as far as the gameplay aspect goes. I do also kind of like that when these boxes pop up for him the first time, he kind of like tries to like wipe them away because they stay up for quite a long time in his vision, and he obviously only needs to see it for as long as he needs to read the information. But you see him like doing this in front of his face, and you know, there are other people looking at him and they're like, what is he doing? I don't think you got that in Solo Leveling. And so, yeah, I just thought that was a really interesting aspect to add to this series. And like I said, it is different enough from Solo Leveling that I do think that I'm going to continue on with this series for a bit. I believe it is on Tapas currently, and it's a pretty long series. I was talking with my manga club members, and they were the ones that let me know that it was there. And they were also the ones that let me know that it was very long, and it's still ongoing. So yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes. I do quite enjoy how our main character, is not only like forging his own path with his retained memories and abilities, but he's also kind of changing what happened as far as events go in his life when he was a teen. Where he gets dropped in, there's already a situation that he changes the outcome of. And so I'm really interested to see where this is going to go. I'm a little bit concerned about the politics that are coming up, because there are definitely politics already here in the first volume. And so I am a little bit concerned that that's going to get in the way of my enjoyment of this, because I don't enjoy heavy politics. It seems like this is going to be political heavy. But we'll see how it goes. As of right now, I do intend on continuing the series. I really enjoyed this volume. And yeah, so that is my thoughts on our two first in a series volumes. So before I let you go, I do want to let you know what we will be reading for the month of February. So our first in a series reads will be Romantic Killer Volume 1 by Wataru Momose. This is published by Viz Rated Teen. This is about a woman who likes video games, snacks, and her beloved cat, but then she is transported by a magical creature into an altered reality where she has none of those things but is surrounded by hot guys. This sounds like a super hilarious, like maybe romantic comedy. I thought it sounded interesting. This volume is full color, and so that's going to be interesting as well. This has an anime available on Netflix, which Hanae Natsuki is voicing one of the characters of, and I've talked to you about him before. I do quite enjoy watching his YouTube channel where he plays horror games, and so yes, I thought this would be interesting for February. And then we will also be reading Volume 1 of Sasaki and Miyano. This is by Shoharu Sono, published by Yam Press, Rated Teen. This is a contemporary romance, male-male romance, and it looks really cute. This also has an anime, and so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one as well. So as far as our series reads go, we will be continuing our series read of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba with volumes 15 and 16 by Koyo Harugotoge, published by Viz Rated Teen. And we are starting a new series. So in January, we finished up Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. And so in February, as voted on by my manga club members, we will be starting Erased by Kei Sanbe. So we will be reading Volume 1 of the Omnibus. This is about a man who is transported back in time 18 years to a time when his mother was still alive and the girl he used to know wasn't kidnapped or murdered yet. And so in order to find his way back to his present reality, he needs to try to change the course of what had happened in his youth. And that's pretty much all I know. It sounds really mysterious. I believe there is an anime adaptation and a live action drama adaptation that I've been really interested in watching, but I wanted to read the original source material first, and so I'm really happy that my manga club members voted on this one. I'm so looking forward to it. My copy is on order, so I'm just waiting for it to come in. But that is what we will be reading for the month of February. So if you didn't know, I do have a Discord for the Monochrome Manga Club available. If you are interested in reading any of these volumes that I talk about every month, you're welcome to come chat with us there on the Discord. There are threads for every selection, but those threads for the current month's selection, so say February's, won't come up until after our manga club meeting. So those will be available on February 17th to discuss the volumes. As of right now, all of the threads are open for January selections. So if you'd like to read Tomb Raider King or Dinosaur Sanctuary and come talk to us about your thoughts on them, you're welcome to do that. The link to the Discord is down in the description box below. And let me know if you plan on reading our February selections with us or starting Erased. I'd really love to know that as well. If nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a heart emoji down in the comments below, any color heart, your favorite color, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.